Katibu mkuu wa mazingira kaunti ya Nairobi, Mosira, has issued a public appeal via Facebook video because girls are doing too much when it comes to content. Now, this comes after a girl DM'd him asking for a job opportunity, and he said, okay, cool, let me go through your profile because your digital footprint is very important. Girls, your digital footprint is important, especially when this is the avenues you're using to reach out for jobs. So he goes through her profile and he finds she is posting very risque content, very adult content. And he goes back and says, hey, if you're asking for a job, why would this be the kind of content you're posting? Who would hire you given the type of content you're posting? And the girl goes on to say, oh, it's just a way to make money, you know, blah, 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 hardship, yada, yada. And even people like Alicia Kanini are making it big. And he goes on to say, oh, who is Alicia Kanini? Now he has a whole vendetta against Alicia Kanini, who he says is an immoral character and is inspiring young girls to take a very, very drastic turn when it comes to content. And he went on to say, I have seen a girl by the name Alicia Kanini on social media just a few days ago. Then another girl texted me asking for a job. The story I have told you. Then I ask myself, how many girls have been inspired by Alicia Kanini to post such dirty videos on social media naked, showing how God created them? What will you tell your children as a father or a mother or a grandfather when these videos come up again? Honestly, I don't agree with a lot of that he does, especially with the exploitation of children on social media. You can do your job quietly, but he was right on when it comes to this type of content. Now, OnlyFans is a new concept, you know, here in Africa. It's been booming in the Western world, and we've seen quite a few creators take off, and their careers are doing well. But honestly, is that the only thing you can do? Like, I feel like that should be like last resort, you know, like you have tried farming, you have tried hawking, you've tried everything. They've not worked out. You've tried to use your degree, you've tried to go back to school. They're like, you know what, might as well plaster my cat on the internet and make it rain. Because how are you 19? How are you 19 years old and you're like, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do? Make it make sense. I think yesterday we also talked with Kathomi about the pressure that young girls have to have money at the age of 20. You get on social media and you see somebody's like, oh, move into my new apartment with me at 20. And you're like, hey, my God. Yesterday, a business person got on social media and said, hauna aibu at 35 years old ukipanda matatu. And I'm like, tupande nini? Tunaenda aje? And he went on a whole rant calling people lazy and saying, how do you have no shame with your even competing to enter matatu when it's raining? And I'm like, what else should we use? Like, should we fly? Not all of us are witches. We're not all bruja. We cannot all fly on our brooms home. And honestly, there's too much pressure on social media for you to be a certain way and have X amount of money or live a certain lifestyle at a certain age. Please don't let this pressure get to you. Are you not seeing Alvan once again being exposed to social media because he has been staying at Airbnbs, accruing money and not paying the Airbnb owner?
Alvan Love again.
Imagine. That's I hate the side of TikTok I'm on. He's now being pressured and the Airbnb is like, I have had to close that unit down. I have lost that, revenue stream because you refuse to pay. Like, he owes upwards of 59,000 shillings.
And I'm
like,
59,000.
59,000. He's not been paying. He's been giving stories. And I'm, there were so many other things you could have done other than get an Airbnb. There's this other content creator called Jenna Dre. I know sometimes when she speaks, she can come off as rude, but the underlying tone is very truthful. Like, she's going to say some very risque things, but at the end of the day, she's going to say the truth. if you're struggling,
Her lectures are valid.
stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Kama kumekauka huku, you call yourself a mkutano, you're like, you know what? I need to scale down. I need to figure out, am I moving to a bed sitter and starting over? Am I, there are so many things you could do other than go from Airbnb to Airbnb, accruing debts, and then come on social media to laugh with us. Makes no sense. And also, before you pick up your phone and shame other people for not having cars, please, kutangulia sio kushinda. Just because you're ahead does not mean that everyone behind you is lazy or not trying their best. Like, just calm down. Sometimes, we've said it before, the camera comes on and you just verbal diarrhea things. Stop it. This is why they created drafts. Sometimes on a record kitu, uneka kwa draft in a stew kama like a few hours. Ukienda back, when you circle back and you view the video again, you're like, you know what? This is a bit sus, maybe this is not what I should post. And then you discard it. That is why they have drafts, guys. Come on. Anyway, it's difficult.
For me, sometimes it's a lot of pressure. Like I woke up today morning, struggled to wake up today morning. And when I opened my eyes, the first thing I saw was a notification on my phone. And the notification was a tweet, an X, what do you call them? An X. Someone say, I won't even say who it is, but you will know his handwriting. And I say his because it is his handwriting. He said, most people can spend Kenya shillings 20,000 in a weekend drinking alcohol and entertaining hood rats, but can't save 20,000 shillings on something that can improve their lives. Something like buying books, registering in a library, enrolling in a gym, registering for self-improvement seminars or personal development shops, learning a new skill. However, they will thereafter spend their time watching TV and whining about how boring, depressing, and inspired their lives are. They will spend more money attending effeminate mental health, in quotes, therapy sessions because their minds are rotting with mold. Then they will spend another stack of money treating an imaginary psychiatric disease. Isn't it fascinating how we sabotage ourselves? Invest in yourself, not in pleasing people and seeking validation from strangers. And here is the thing. The last sentence of invest in yourself and not in pleasing people and seeking and validating validation from strangers, 100% I agree with that. And investing your money in self-improvement, I agree with that. But where he's starting to say, oh, your brains are rotting, and then you're running to psychiatrists asking them to give you soothing, messages to help you deal with these rotting brains because of the way you're living your life is crazy for me. The way he says invest your 20,000 Kenya shillings, which you can spend in a weekend, in something valuable is also insane to me, because how many people have just like 20,000 disposable income that they will spend during a weekend? It is not a common Monanchi problem. And that is the issue that I take with a lot of people. Like, they're very good with giving advice, but the advice is always looked like it's from the nose, it's like you're speaking above your life is so much better than everyone. And I saw someone in the comment section saying Mr. Sa, your name attached, I dare you to post a picture of yourself. You keep saying that people should pay money to join gyms, but I saw you the other day, and honestly I feel like this kind of advice you're giving, I dare you to post a picture of yourself and how you look now, because you're talking crazy. You're not even applying the same principles that you're putting online to yourself. And that caught me, because I'm like, it's true. A lot of people can be, speak from such a privilege, such points of astuteness and what class, what do you call it? High class stances, but like in reality, are you taking the advice that you're putting out there? A lot of people are so quick to give you advice of these high standing standards that they've set for you, but these are not the standards that they're applying in their lives. These are not the standards that they're following in their lives. In addition to all of this, I see the issue here, which is the man giving advice to a girl who is going in a wayward way, or at least in a wayward way in comparison to him, or in his opinion. However, why are you bringing other people into this mess? You can't just give someone advice without dragging other people into it. These girls, Akina Kanini, they know what they're doing. They know that there's no way that they're going to get a career after this, right? Like most people who are on only fans and other places like these, they know that they're never going to have a career outside of what they're doing now. They will never get sponsored posts from other brands, from clean brands, and they know this. They are aware of this because they've seen their predecessors speaking about this online. Like, this is not a decision you make lightly, that you go onto these sites and you create the kind of content that you're creating without knowing the repercussions of this. So why exactly are you trying to drag them into the mix when you're trying to give this girl advice? Give her a job. Save her from making the decisions that she's making now. Do you know what I mean? It is, again, that very high nose, like, why would you do that? Like, I've gone through your posts and da-da-da-da-da. Give her a job. Save her from posting these kinds of content online. Like, it makes no sense to me. You're not giving her a job, but you're also shutting down the kind of way that she's trying to make money. Makes absolutely no sense to me. Okay? Also, how do you know all of these actors? How do you know all of these bedroom actors? Mbona unawajua wote kwa majina? Wacha. Ni Ministry of Environment. Environment. Hizo bedroom environments zenye unaenda kuwatch content yao, please wachana nazo pia wewe kuna shida. You can't be You know what? I keep forgetting I have no lawyer. Moving on, alleged, my opinions. All of these are my opinions. None of this is true. I'm just speaking from a perspective of my own.